Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Transform My Space with Mav Construction. My name is Pepe Lomsomi. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about damp issues, how to prevent them by design when you're building your house in the first place. But also, if the milk's already spilled, you've got some damp issues, we're going to give some tips around how to manage damp effectively so that you don't have this ugly marks on your walls and some of the health issues that come with them. If you love our type of content, do subscribe, hit like, share the video. Keen to hear your thoughts on the comments. Enjoy.
Damp happens when water enters the walls of a building and cannot escape. This can be from rain, leaks, poor waterproofing, or moisture from the ground. Let's look at some common damp problem areas and how they happen. First is damp coming from inside the house. Indoor damp usually shows as peeling paint, mold, or damp patches. This happens because leaking of pipes, because of poor ventilation, or moisture rising from the ground. Water gets trapped inside the walls and damages the finish. Next is damp coming from bathrooms and showers. Bathrooms are a very common source of damp, and this happens because of waterproofing failing in that area, tiles or grout that has cracked. And so water then moves behind the tiles into the wall. Next is damp that comes from your balconies. Balconies are exposed to rain, and in that case, damp then occurs when waterproofing is poor in that area. And so the water does not drain properly. It then seeps into the room below the balcony, causing damp issues. Next is boundary wall damp, or perhaps damp seen outside your house. Boundary walls and the walls outside of your house are exposed to rainwater. And so the damp then happens in this particular instance when there is no coping on the top, or the wall is not sealed and protected from the water. And so the water then simply soaks into the wall and spreads. Next is rising damp. Rising damp comes from moisture which is in the ground. You will see this as damp at the bottom of the walls. And in addition, you'll see that the paint starts peeling. This usually means that the damp-proof course or the damp-proof membrane is missing or perhaps damaged. Next is damp from roofs and gutters. Damp can also come from above. Causes of such damp would then include broken roof tiles, or perhaps blocked or leaking gutters. And so in that particular instant, water then runs down the walls, causing you some damp issues. The last source of damp is damp that arises from poor drainage. Poor drainage keeps water near the building, and some of these examples would include high ground levels, or perhaps no surface drain at all. And this pushes moisture into the walls, causing you damp issues. Now let's talk about how to prevent damp issues by design. so that damp issues are minimized and less likely to occur in future. The first point is that you got to use a damp-proof course as well as the damp-proof membrane in the foundation of your house. Now, this is going to protect the foundation from water, and it's going to prevent the water from rising up into your house, keeping it below ground levels. The next point is that the top of the boundary wall may be protected with the damp-proof membrane, which is painted using the flesh harry as well as some coping. And then this will then be topped with the proper waterproof paint to protect the top of the wall from absorbing any water. And so rainwater will simply glide down your walls and not penetrate the top of your boundary wall. You have to waterproof the balconies properly, and these are high-risk areas for damp. Balconies must be fully waterproof under the tiles, and the surface must have the correct fall, ensuring that the water actually drains. Water must never stand or pool on your balcony. Standing water will always find its way into the structure. Waterproof the concrete slab. For outdoor slabs and balconies, the concrete itself can be protected. This is done by mixing waterproofing liquid into the concrete, and especially on balconies that are exposed to slabs. And this adds an extra protection against moisture penetration. The next point is that you may consider installing paving around the house. Paving helps keep water away from the building. Make sure that paving is installed not just around the house, but also around the boundary walls. The paving has got to have proper slope away from the structure, allowing water to flow downstream and not stand anywhere. This prevents water from seeping into the foundation. It is important that you control water from the roofs. Rainwater must be directed away from the house. And so you've got to check that roof tiles are not leaking. Gutters are clean and correctly sloped. Downpipes carrying water away from the house are working properly. Overflowing gutters cause serious damp issues. So the point is that preventing damp starts with good design and correct construction. Fixing damp later may be a little bit more expensive and sometimes nearly impossible to achieve if the fundamentals aren't done properly. Next, let's talk about how to prevent damp inside the house. First, fix leaking pipes immediately. Leaking pipes are a major cause of indoor damp, and so you got to make sure that any leaking pipes are repaired immediately. Hidden pipes in walls and ceilings are checked. Joints and fittings are properly sealed. Even a small leak can cause a serious damp issue over time. Next is that you have to improve ventilation in the house. Moisture must be allowed to escape from the house or from the room. This can be done by installing air vents in bathrooms and kitchens, and these are the rooms that generally generate moisture. It can also be done by using extractor fans where possible, allowing airflow through windows and doors, so keep your house open whenever you can. Good ventilation reduces condensation and mold. Seal your bathrooms properly. Bathrooms need extra protection against moisture. Ensure the following. Silicone is applied around baths, showers, and basins. Old or damaged silicone is removed and replaced. All joints are properly sealed. Gaps allow water to enter into the walls and floors, and that's how actually you get some damp. The most important thing is that you must use the correct bathroom paint. Normal paint is not suitable for wet areas. Bathrooms should be painted with moisture-resistant or anti-mold paint. Paint designed especially for bathrooms must be used here. This helps prevent mold growth and peeling of paint. You have got to treat mold before painting. Never paint over mold. Before painting, clean and treat the mold with the correct solution, allowing the surface to dry completely and then repaint properly afterwards. Painting over mold only helps hide the problem temporarily. The last point is that you got to try and control condensation as much as you can. Condensation also causes damp, and this happens when warm air meets cold surfaces. To reduce condensation, do ventilate the room, avoid dry clothes indoors without airflow, and use extractor fans in wet areas. Indoor damp is mostly about maintaining and ventilation. Fix the cause first and then repair the damage. And folks, that's all I have for you for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Do tune in for the next video. If you love our type of content, do subscribe, hit like, share the video, and do comment. Mav Construction signing out. Take care.